Okay, I'm here at Aquabionic, and I'm here with Simon, who's off to the side right now. We're going to be looking at the new Warp fins are out, and they're in several different colors now. Simon, you want to tell me a little bit about the final? We saw the prototype before.
Sure, yes, you did. And thanks very much, Mike. Our company is Sealife. Our brand is Aquabionic, and the fin is the Warp1. You saw us last year at the show in Miami in Orlando with our prototype, and now we have the finished product, and it's here in North America and ready to ship. Same process as what we described last year is built into these fins. We have a Y-frame here with a built-in film hinge that controls the motion of the actuator arms very precisely in an arc that controls the shape of the blade, which is why we call it the Warp1, because it stands for Water Adapting Responsive Propulsion. So unlike most fins that simply bend when you apply pressure to them, this fin has no option but to create a very deep scoop, and it also spreads considerably. So as you apply load to the fin gets larger, bigger in surface area, and the shape changes significantly and creates a very deep scoop that's effective in channeling the water out behind you and creating a lot of thrust.
I could almost use it for highlight then, because of that scoop capability.
Just about. So because we have such a deep scoop, we don't need to have very high side rails. So because
it's really thin on the sides.
Very thin. It's very low profile. And for the outstroke of a frog kick and for sculling and of the other technical kicks that are popular today, it's very low profile in the water, slices very cleanly through it. And as soon as you turn your ankle in a little bit for the instroke, the water catches here, and it does the same thing to the blade on the instroke.
And you got power on the instroke.
So it's extremely efficient for the frog kick for advanced divers and any diver that likes to use it.
So the Warp doesn't stand for speed, really?
Not really for speed.
Not for us Trekkies?
Not for Trekkies.
Okay, and then now this one's red. How many different colors do you have?
We have all black,
okay,
because you know the technical advanced market likes an all black fin.
All right.
We also have it in the red and the blue and yellow with a clear membrane. We can go over here or bring some over there.
You can see how, if you look at the side, you can see how there's ridges on the membrane, and that's what's really making this pocket fold out.
That's correct.
It's not the material itself that's expanding.
The
it's the whole webbing.
The material has some stretch to it, but it's a very tough and flexible membrane, but it doesn't have nearly the amount of stretch to create what the fin is capable of. So this is why we added these pleats, so that without any resistance, when the actuator arms are forced apart to create the cup and increase the blade side, the membrane can actually accommodate the stretch.
And I heard that when you were testing these in machines to see how many kick cycles you could do, the machines were breaking with no fatigue to the fins.
We broke several machines until we beefed them up. The testing machine at our facility in France runs a very high amplitude kick on a machine leg, and it runs about once a second. And we run our test fins through 150,000 cycles, and then we cut them apart in here to look for any material fatigue or damage, because there is actually a physical spring in here in the Y-frame where the actuator hinges are. We also guarantee the fin against separation of any of the materials for 2 years, and after 150,000 cycles there's no fatigue or separation of the membrane from the blade surfaces either.
Cool. I'm going to just take the viewers over and look at the different colors so they can see them quickly. So if we come over here, well, we've got blue right here from the longitudinal view, and we're coming over this way. We're going to see them in, here's the white, and then we have the black if you're military or techie, and then we have red and blue, and not to be left out, we have the yellow. And now it's an optional thing with the back spring on it?
Yes, the fins come standard with the rubber strap.
Okay.
And the spring strap is an optional extra. And we've done a couple of interesting things with the spring strap. When it's open, it's still curved.
Okay.
If you look at many spring strap setups, the rubber section here is straight. And when you bend it into a curve, you get more of a V than a U, and that can be pretty hard on the Achilles tendon. Some of them also have the grab loop sticking straight out the back, which we feel in certain circumstances is a catch hazard, and we didn't want to do that. You'll also notice that some of them will come out at a 90-degree angle up, and that pokes you in the ankle when you're trying to swim. So if you look at the angle of this one, it's about a 45-degree angle, and it just follows the back of the leg up when you're in swimming position.
You thought of
And
everything.
It keeps it nice and close into your body, so it isn't a trap hazard, and it also doesn't hurt your tendon.
Cool. That is awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.